So now I want to talk about Gigi Hadid and Yolanda Hadid and the incident that occurred with Zayn Malik, who Gigi had a baby with. So it's come out that their relationship was super toxic the whole time, which I guess is such a good lesson for everybody, because you see someone and you're like, oh my God, they have everything. They have money and they have looks and they have all this stuff. But you'd be shocked at how many people have a difficult time and they don't show it in the public eye. Things are not always what they seem. So Zayn Malik, of course, was a musician in One Direction and super popular, and it's no question why Gigi picked him from a resume perspective. But apparently he had a chip missing in some other places. So here's what he said. He allegedly called Yolanda a fucking Dutch slut and ordered her to stay away from my effing daughter and the effing sperm that came. So he drops a bunch of F-bombs and he's like effing this, effing that, and he's screaming and he's pissed, and he pushes Yolanda into a bunch of dresser drawers. And she then reports to have, physical pain and anguish over this incident and being shoved into drawers. And so a lot of people were torn on this one, shockingly. There are some people that really had Zayn's side on this one. They were like saying that, Yolanda's overbearing and she's a helicopter mom or I think a self-proclaimed helicopter mom. And so I don't know. They were saying maybe she drove them nuts. Other people were like, no, Zayn is toxic and he's got a dark side. And so I'm curious what you think. Comment below. Even at one point, he says, get the F out of my effing house, copper. I haven't heard the word copper in when was the last time you heard someone say copper? Get that cop out of here. Anyway, the doc says that Zayn tried to fight the guard, but didn't work, and that's it. So, oh my goodness. Now I'll read you what the police thing says, the report. Meanwhile, Gigi Hadid gets pulled in because he's like, why don't you stand up for me with your mom? He screams at her and he says, strap on some effing balls and defend your partner against your effing mother in my house. So I guess he's like, you're in my house and you should defend me with your mom. I guess maybe it sounds like Yolanda may have stepped in and said, I don't like how you're talking to my daughter, Zayn. And he was like, back effing off. And I don't know. Or maybe she drove him crazy. I don't know. This is a tough one to call. Either way, I did download the final verdict on the case, and I'll tell you what that said. I found it kind of differs from what's been being reported. It looks like he got one charge of 18-2709A3, grade S, harassment course of conduct with no legitimate purpose. The offense date being September 29, 2021, and his disposition was guilty plea. And his disposition date was October 27th, 2021. And so this actually happened on September 29th, this incident with Yolanda. And so I don't know if you guys know that. And then it's been a whole month, really, since this has happened. And I guess Gigi and him have broken up. That's the rumor. But he did a guilty plea, and he seems to have only filed a guilty plea on one count of harassment course of conduct with no legitimate purpose. So purportedly, I don't see the sentencing document here. I wish I had it to give it to you, but it would appear that it's purported. I'm not sure I trust it though, now that I see that it doesn't totally match up to what I'm seeing in the court document. But it would appear, or it's being reported, that he got a year of probation, which is really serious. A year of probation is not great. You have to do, they give you like a list of things that you can do, a list of things you can't do, and you have to do things every month. And if you have any problems, you can go to jail. Like, you have basically no rights. So for whatever amount of time he has probation, he'll have no rights. And trust me, being civilly dead is not fun. Now, there's been arguments about whether Zayn and Gigi ever got married. Some people are like, it secretly happened. Other people, say no. I don't think they are. But that's really telling, right? Because they have a 1-year-old child together. So it would appear that either he or her had warning signs that, this relationship had some problems, and that's why they probably didn't tie the knot. Because given their age, that's just something you do. Every girl wants to have a wedding and all those things when you're younger, especially. I'm not this old girl, but the younger young ladies do. And so I think it's telling that she didn't marry him or he didn't ask her, right? Maybe they both kind of saw the writing on the wall. They weren't a good fit. It can be just enough that you don't get along with someone's parents, because if they're enough in their life, like Yolanda is and Gigi's, that's tough. What I think is interesting is that Gigi and Zayn, I guess, have been together since 2015. So they've been together for a lot of years, and they have a child together. So, this isn't just a teeny bopper romance where they're going to just go their separate ways. I mean, now they have a child. They're going to have to see each other, going to have to, share custody and both contribute to the top child, because hopefully he'll do that. But what a rift. I really hope that this was about a serious fight and not about power control in the relationship between anybody that was present for this fight, because the kid is the one that's going to suffer in this, unfortunately. Now, on his Twitter, there was a big clue. He said on October 28th, 2021, "As you all know, I'm a private person, and I very much want to create a safe and private space for my daughter to grow up in, a place where private family matters aren't thrown on the world stage for all to poke and pick apart." Oh, sorry, I am kind of doing that, Zayn. Anywho, in an effort to protect that space for her, I agreed to not contest claims arising from an argument I had with a family member of my partner's who entered our home while my partner was away several weeks ago. Okay, there's what the fight's about. Okay? Wow. Was and still should be a private matter, but it seems for now there is a divisiveness, and despite my efforts to restore us to a peaceful family environment that will allow for me to co-parent my daughter in a manner in which she deserves, this has been leaked to the press. I am hopeful through the healing for all involved with the harsh words shared, and more importantly, I remain vigilant to protect Kai and give her the privacy she deserves. Whoa. Now, what's crazy is Zayn is the only one who actually made a public statement about this. Gigi, or at least on Twitter, I don't know about Insta, I didn't check that, but Gigi and Yolanda did not say anything on Twitter, and they actually haven't posted in a long time. So it's really kind of tragic, really. I hope that... I don't think he's going to get hate for this. He obviously shouldn't have shoved Yolanda, but I don't think he's going to get hate for this. He has 30 million fans that live and die for him and have followed him through his whole career, and they know who he is and they love him. And, Gigi has had a shorter career, and she has 10 million fans, and I'm sure women are going to stand up for her in this situation, but I don't know, something's off. Want to know my not popular opinion? I think Gigi and him will get back together. I think that. Remember, I said it. Oh, just to say it to you guys, I did check everybody's Instagram, and Yolanda only has posted a birthday message to Bella. Gigi's just posting her couture clients she does runways for, and nothing personal. And actually, Zayn is the only one who's been posting some personal pictures, and he looks sad in all of them. In the most recent one, he looks like he's crying. It's so sad.